Our founding fathers chose an inspired design, 3 branches of government supported by a system of checks and balances. Likewise, companies should also be governed by a healthy set of checks and balances. In a company, the legislative branch is the board of directors. It establishes direction, makes the rules, and demands results. The executive branch is management, which executes the plan and reports results using the board as a guide. Finally, the work of the judiciary is performed by an internal monitoring system. It operates objectively, assuring compliance and raising the alarm if the health of the company is at risk. A corporate system of checks and balances is elegantly simple when it functions properly. Unfortunately, in many of today's businesses, things are out of balance. For example, in over 60% of America's publicly held companies, the board chairman is also the CEO. In the Wall Street firms involved in the subprime lending disaster, the CEO was also the board chairman in every instance. This is the equivalent of combining the roles and authority of our nation's president, Speaker of the House, and Senate Majority Leader in one individual. In order to have balanced and objective leadership, it is essential that separate people fulfill the roles of CEO and board chair. When leadership is out of balance, monitoring systems may be ineffective or even silenced. A balanced, independent monitoring system, on the other hand, reports directly to the board so that critical information is made available to the board to act on. With our current economic crisis, when executives made risky choices outside of the board's risk tolerance level, there was no one to raise the alarm and alert the board. If that voice of concern did exist, it was not heard by the board. Every board should have 1 or more members with expertise in risk management, a critical function by which companies carefully evaluate and assess the risks that pose a threat to the business. Finally, there's the critical issue of a lack of transparency, where a company's actions and attention to their duties are obscured, sometimes on purpose. For high-impact areas, such as strategy and risk assessment, company leadership should be transparent in their disclosures. They should treat their stakeholders with a spirit of truth and integrity. This is the essence of transparency. Can these things be fixed? Yes. Repairs to restore the health of these checks and balances, the core of what we call corporate governance practices, combined with appropriate government legislation and regulation, can help lift us above the economic storm and restore trust in business. RestoredTrust.org was created to get this message to the American people and, through you, to our business leaders and our representatives in Washington. Legislation is now being prepared which will address some of the root causes of our economic upheaval. Just as important, we need you to help create an expectation that companies will be required to build a more effective system of checks and balances. These will improve corporate governance, restore public trust, and help to avert the next economic crisis. The best legislative solutions are the ones that attack the true root causes and foster accountable self-regulation by business. They're inexpensive to create, fast to implement, and easy to enforce. You can help us in this mission by completing the very brief survey and signing the petition on RestoredTrust.org and by spreading the word. You can help bring back checks and balances to the marketplace, and with it, integrity, accountability, stewardship, and transparency. By your actions, you will help accelerate a sustainable economic recovery and restore trust in our economy and American business.